Hello to all astrology enthusiasts. In this video, we discuss the transit of the planet Venus through the zodiac sign Virgo.
The transit began on August 5th at 5:23 a.m. Our time and will last the entire month until August 29th, 2024, August 5th, 2024.
Before we take a detailed and comprehensive look at how this planet will behave in the zodiac sign of Virgo, I want to specifically note that on my channel you can now watch forecasts in various different languages, in 7 languages, and choose the one that suits you best for listening and understanding.
So, the planet Venus. What is this planet about and how does it manifest in our lives?
Firstly, in astrology, Venus symbolizes several key aspects related to personal relationships, beauty, our personal satisfaction, joy, as well as our money and also our finances.
And when it comes to the realm of relationships, Venus governs love, romantic relationships, and partnership. And it also indicates how we express our love, what attracts us in our partner, and what our overall preferences are in romantic relationships. Additionally, Venus is responsible for beauty, art, and aesthetics.
Naturally, it influences our aesthetic preferences, interest in art, design, and also governs our creativity.
Additionally, Venus is responsible for our financial sphere. It governs our money, our material possessions, and especially those material matters that are related to our comfort and our pleasure.
Indicates our financial preferences, how we manage money, and what brings us pleasure.
Venus is responsible for our intimate life, sexuality, intimate relationships, and it shows what attracts us in a sexual sense and how we express our sensuality.
Additionally, Venus is also responsible for our social relationships and interactions, and it is precisely in the social sphere that Venus determines how we communicate with other people, how we build friendships, and in general, how we are able to find common ground in society. Now let's consider how the planet Venus behaves, in particular in the zodiac sign of Virgo. Naturally, Virgo is about practicality, attention to detail, an analytical approach, and a focus on details in everything. And usually Virgo symbolizes the 6th house for us. These are themes of health, work, our self-organization, and daily routine, our responsibilities. And when Venus is in the sign of Virgo, of course, if we are talking about relationships and love, Venus expresses itself more practically here. She wants stability, specifically in romantic relationships in her life.
In partnership during this transit, we express ourselves more rationally, evaluating how relationships can improve our lives and bring us well-being. Additionally, we may seek a partner who will help us specifically with the practical matters in our daily lives and routines. When talking about other aspects of Venus in Virgo, it is of course perfectionism. And during this transit, it is heightened for us. We pay very close attention to details, to aesthetics in relationships, to the people around us, and our interactions with them. And here we may develop such high standards and demands for ourselves, our partner, and the people around us. Here we always strive more for perfection and pay more attention to details and more.
When it comes to the realm of health, Venus in Virgo naturally expresses an increased interest through us in topics of health and our psychological well-being. And during this transit, we may pay more attention to various diets, sports, physical exercises, some kind of physical activity, or rest more. In general, it is recommended according to the 6th house and the zodiac sign of Virgo to incorporate more relaxation into your life. Additionally, Venus in Virgo is more organized and more practical. And of course, here it all manifests through neatness and indeed such functionality in everyday life. And by the way, Virgo is also responsible for helping and serving others.
And here during this transit, we can support other people and take more care of others.
And this will bring us joy and satisfaction, specifically serving others.
Now let's pay attention to the aspects that Venus will make while in the sign of Virgo until the end of August.
First of all, the transit will begin with a square between Venus and the planet Uranus, which are positioned in Taurus.
You are looking at your natal chart indicators and transits at the moment.
And it is very important to consider that this aspect will create tense but very potentially revolutionary energies, specifically in the realm of relationships, finances, and our personal values.
And considering that Venus in Virgo strives for order, analysis, and a practical approach, while Uranus in Taurus brings us surprises, sudden changes, a desire for freedom, and of course, innovation and novelty. As a result of this aspect, unexpected changes may occur in personal relationships, including sudden breakups and unexpected new encounters. Also on this day, we will experience the conjunction of Venus in Virgo with retrograde Mercury, also in the zodiac sign Virgo. And here we have the energy to conduct such a deep analysis and reevaluate our values, especially in the realm of relationships and finances. Here, Venus in Virgo will emphasize the importance of details, cleanliness, and efficiency, while retrograde Mercury will add the necessity to review and reevaluate past decisions and situations, especially in relationships. During this period, situations may arise where old romantic connections or certain friendships return to resolve misunderstandings, or to bring these relationships and unfinished business to a close. When it comes to financial matters, there might have been situations where you ignored something, and now these situations are coming back to require some adjustments and attention. When it comes to the sphere of work and business, situations may arise that require a review of documents, contracts, strategies, and approaches.
Communication here will be quite challenging because retrograde Mercury is involved in this aspect, and there will be increased attentiveness and the need to check information in detail. Therefore, this period is also favorable for detailed work, reflection, and for improving personal skills and management methods at work. The peak of the conjunction falls on August 8th, so be sure to share in the comments how this aspect played out for you.
On August 14th, Venus in Virgo squares Jupiter, which is positioned in Gemini, and this aspect creates tense, but at the same time, very stimulating energies in the areas of relationships, finances, and our personal growth. Venus in Virgo is detail-oriented and practical, while Jupiter in Gemini brings us expansion. It heightens our curiosity and drive for new information and new knowledge. This combination can indeed lead to a conflict between the desire for stability with Venus, the pursuit of order, and the wish to broaden horizons with Jupiter and try something new. In relationships, disagreements may arise due to differences in values or approaches to life, and communication difficulties may occur because we have Jupiter in Gemini, so compromises will need to be sought.
When it comes to the financial situation, there may be a risk of overspending and so some ill-considered investments, so it is important to be cautious.
In personal life, new interests and hobbies may also emerge, but all of this will require a balance between current responsibilities and the desire to gain new experiences.
Therefore, it is important to show patience, flexibility, and effectively handle the new emerging challenges that will arise specifically in this aspect.
On August 15th, we also have an additional square of Venus in Virgo with Mars, which is also located in Gemini, and this aspect will create intense and very contradictory energies, especially in the area of relationships and our personal desires. Venus in Virgo wants order, while Mars in Gemini will give us impulsiveness, activity, and a strong desire for variety. In relationships, tension may arise due to conflicts between the need to follow certain rules and routines and the desire for spontaneity and new experiences, characteristic of Mars in Gemini.
This can manifest, of course, in the form of arguments or misunderstandings, where one side in the relationship demands order and predictability, while the other craves freedom and novelty.
On a professional level, difficulties may arise in collaborative work when Venus's attention to detail and perfectionism clash with Mars's speed and somewhat superficial approach. Here, disputes and disagreements are possible, specifically in decision-making, especially where one needs to choose between detailed analysis and very quick actions. On a personal level, this aspect may prompt us to reassess our priorities and methods of achieving goals, and here it will be necessary to seek a balance between discipline and flexibility. And of course, this will lead to certain internal changes. On August 16th, another disharmonious aspect is activated, an opposition with retrograde Saturn in the zodiac sign Pisces.
And this aspect creates tense and quite strong contradictory energies again in the realm of relationships,
in the realm of finances and our personal values. Venus in Virgo draws our attention to order, while retrograde Saturn in Pisces will urge us to conduct a deep internal analysis of responsibility and review some old structures, imposing limitations on us. And this aspect can give us a sense of disappointment and dissatisfaction in relationships. Professional activities and our personal self-development.
And of course, Venus here will exhibit its critical nature, desire for order, and will naturally encounter.
In personal and professional relationships, situations will arise that will require serious review and analysis from us. Conflicts may sometimes arise here due to differences in values, priorities, and approaches to problem solving.
Venus in Virgo will want efficient, practical, and balanced relationships, while retrograde Saturn will reveal and expose hidden problems.
Demanding us to return to these issues in order to analyze and thoroughly resolve them. Financial matters can also bring stress in this aspect, especially some old obligations and debts that will require attention. In this aspect, it is also worth carefully re-evaluating and thoroughly reviewing financial strategies as a whole, reassessing your budget, and paying close attention to details, not losing sight of any long-term goals, because Saturn specifically demands planning and consistency from us.
And naturally, indeed, he will make us focus on these nuances of our financial matters.
Starting from August 23rd, we will have a trine with Uranus in Taurus. This aspect will bring a combination of practical aesthetics and unexpected inspiration. Venus in Virgo strives for perfection and pays more attention to details, and naturally, this will manifest in a desire to improve and perfect the space around us. Uranus in Taurus will add elements of surprise in the spring and will push us to introduce something new into our environment. This aspect can bring sudden but very positive changes in financial matters or romantic relationships. It will inspire experiments, new methods of earning, and unconventional approaches in personal relationships in general.
And here, unexpected but favorable encounters and acquaintances are also likely, which will affect both personal and professional life.
In creativity, this trine can specifically promote original and practical solutions, improving productivity and the quality. On August 25th, we have an opposition of Venus in Virgo with retro Neptune in Pisces.
Creates tension between our reality and our illusions.
It is Neptune that brings us illusions, self-deception, and a blurring of situations. This aspect will give us some disorder and chaos, and Venus in Virgo will find it quite difficult here as she strives for practicality and critical thinking. And retro Neptune in Pisces immerses us in a world of dreams, fantasies, and unclear boundaries. And this aspect can lead to confusion, bringing misunderstandings in personal relationships, financial matters, and professional activities.
Here, deceptions, self-deceptions, and illusions are possible, especially from the people around you.
By the way, retro Neptune also activates scammers, so be very careful here. In relationships, there may be feelings of disappointment and uncertainty, and this is a case where our expectations do not match the actual situation. The financial issue will require a particularly careful approach. There is a risk of losses and incorrect investments precisely because we have illusory perceptions. And to mitigate the influence of this aspect, it is very important to keep a cool head, maintain clarity, and be honest in communication to avoid idealization and excessive criticism. On August 26th, we have 3 Venuses aligning with retrograde Pluto in Aquarius. Despite Pluto being in retrograde, This is still a very harmonious aspect that indeed creates a practical combination of the manifestation of Venus in Virgo with our deep and personal transformations. Certainly, Venus in Virgo is naturally focused on improvement and attention to detail, and this makes her capable of finding harmony and thoroughly working through certain aspects of the situation. Retrograde Pluto in Aquarius brings elements of deep internal transformation and gives us changes related to technology and some innovations. By the way, this is a very good aspect for working in a group, in teams. And this aspect will also contribute to a deep rethinking of personal and financial relationships, allowing hidden problems to be identified and resolved thanks to retrograde Pluto. Here, productive transformations in personal relationships are possible, and it is precisely the hidden motives and needs in our interactions that become apparent. And of course, this will lead to more honest and open ideologies to bring everything to the surface. In the financial sphere, transformations can be expected that are specifically related to new approaches to managing our resources and investments, which naturally improve our financial situation. The transit of Venus through the zodiac sign will end on August 9th, 29 with the specified aspects. After that, Venus will move into its domicile in the zodiac sign of Libra. Now let's indeed consider the transit of Venus through the zodiac sign Virgo for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Specifically, my dear Leos, the transit of Venus in the zodiac sign of Virgo is passing through your second house of the horoscope. Naturally, it focuses your attention on finances, values, and most importantly on your self-esteem. What energies will Venus bring here to your second house? First of all, it is practicality, rationalism, functionality, and a desire for stability. And all of this will naturally pertain to your financial side of life, because Venus in your second house of the horoscope will direct your attention to resolving financial issues and managing your material resources. And this is a time when you can also discover new earnings or receive additional income, improving your financial situation. And here it is very important to manage your finances very precisely and very functionally, and pay very close attention to your expenses, investments, optimize your material resources, and reassess your material values. And it is also very good to strengthen your self-esteem for those to whom it is relevant. You can do this by participating in training sessions and using various practical exercises, and thus strengthen your state and thereby your inner self in order to significantly and effectively work through and harmonize the energy of this transit. Be sure to carefully pay attention to your finances, plan your income and expenses, pay attention to your budget, analyze your budget thoroughly, and make sure to look for ways to increase your income. This is a very good transit for this, as it provides supportive energies. Optimize your material resources. You can also work on updating your personal style, because Venus is about aesthetics and appearance. And here, Venus will also help create practical and pleasant habits, specifically in matters of finance and management of material values. A very good period. Be sure to use its energies to your advantage. And I wish you success. Subscribe, like, and share this video. See you. Bye-bye.